Welcome to Derry, episode 3, titled Now You See It. Now, the thing is with this episode, is by the end of this episode, I was like, okay, we got two possible storylines going on with the military. Story number one is the whole, the military knows Pennywise exists, they need to find Pennywise so they can use him as a military weapon. Okay. That's a bit of a, oh my god, this sounds very silly and stupid. And then the other one is, oh, we know that this thing is a thing. We know Pennywise is an actual thing. So we need to stop him. We need to fight him. That makes more logical sense. And get to have a sense of, hey, before the Losers Club, I defeated him twice. I have to put it out. I defeated him twice. Before the Losers Club, that we see the other attempts of stopping Pennywise. And by doing that, we find a little bit more about him. Or find more about it. Like, why the clown thing? I mean, I get the concept with clowns back then, which was, here's a, something that's meant to be happy and innocent and joyful and stuff like that. But, maybe because I live in the year 2025, that, ever since Pennywise, a Joker, and a Terrifier, killers of, killer clowns from outer space, and a certain serial killer who used to walk around in a clown suit. Clowns are not really known to be, not many people want to hang out with clowns anymore. With every Krusty, there's like 25 other clown characters that you go, Jesus, clowns, stay away from us. So you got that whole thing. But it'll be interesting why Pennywise chose a clown specifically. Why a clown? It could just be he's around the circus. He's around this carnival, and he's just like, I'll be this, I'll be that. Like, in this episode, he's this like long, lanky, elderly man who has those like features that would normally creep a kid out, with like teeth missing, maybe an eye missing because of the war, and well, is it actually 19? Yeah. I was gonna say, like, the first like 10 minutes set like 1908, so that's a few years off before the First World War. But like, a person missing an eye, and there's teeth missing, and the hair's like so loosely back, and there's like moles and pimples everywhere. It's like something that a kid would normally be freaked out over. And of course, Pennywise, who's a shapeshifter, is using his abilities of trying to catch that kid at the beginning. But I really hope it is the military trying to stop Pennywise, and it's just, seeing attempts, and just find out, okay, who lives, who doesn't die. Like, Will's gonna live. That's the only character we know. Your head is not on the chopping block because, well, this character from the Losers Club, from the two It films and the original book, doesn't exist. So, you're safe. They're trying to do the whole, like, oh my god, he's in danger, he's doing this. It's like, no, if you know the It, it's not that. He's the only character that you may not feel any stakes over, just because of the whole prequel nature of this show. Because once again, he's the father of one of the kids from the original It story, so it's a little bit hard to feel any stakes towards that character. But and that now, with the stairs itself, like, there's a good stair at the beginning with the big lanky old man. You got the stuff at the end with this action sequence, which I won't lie, like, it's meant to be like these kids on bikes that trying to get out of the cemetery, but the cemetery keeps breaking apart and is crumbling down and stuff of those lines. And there's a anytime we see these kids, like it's a full, like maybe a mid shot or maybe a close up of these kids winding by trying to soothe around Pennywise's destruction. It doesn't look that good. The background doesn't look that good. And I get it, maybe like it just came out that they're using this new technology. It's like a stagecraft version, or like a old modern take of how back in the 50s how they used to do driving scenes. I wouldn't be shocked they did stuff like that, because now they're doing that for car chases, for like city car chases and stuff like that. It doesn't look good if you're going for stylized night shoots, because it just looks a bit odd. There was something odd with that action sequence at the end. It was very, something just wasn't right. I think it was like how, like, it's meant to be like it's nighttime and the moonlight is the reflection of the light, and you just go, is the light source, and it's just, I don't know, it wasn't that good, pretty much. So but it's a neat idea that, hey, they're gonna take I'll just call them the Loser Club, the 1960s Losers Club. The kids of the 1960s Losers Club are trying to take photos to prove that there was something supernatural in the movie theater. They take a couple of images, but they keep dropping the camera, and to get out of the cemetery while it's all destruction, they're getting chased by the ghosts of those kids who got murdered by Pennywise in episode 1. That on paper sounds good, and there's some neat shots, like good, like POV drone wide shot. There's a good a couple of shots of a camera. Well, probably was all a lot of CGI, but the camera's swapped to the wheel of the bike, so when it turns, you can see, like, anyway, it's there's some interesting shots, and I like the concept. It's just how it was executed, and that. But I think it's safe to assume next week, that's if you're a person who's very impatient, which I haven't heard many people being impatient, but if you're very impatient and want to see the Bloody Clown and want to see Pennywise as Pennywise, I think that's next week. I assume it was going to be like the end of episode 4, like the halfway point, or roughly the halfway point. But yeah, I think that's going to happen, because you're getting little teas of him. You see the smile and the shape-shifting and the eyes, and you hear his voice when he says, "Who are you?" with the guy who's over doing the shitting. You mean shining? When he gets sued, and that. So yeah, I just and then it's little peppers going on here, out through this episode and out through these 3 episodes for you guys to satisfy of Pennywise being Pennywise. But anyway, comment below, let me know your thoughts of this episode.